You've got it backwards. Unfortunately, most tennis players do. Your rating is not about how modern your forehand looks, how many RPMs you're getting, or what grip you use. It's about one thing: results. This is Harry Herzog. He's 68 years old, and as of today, he's ranked number 12 in Texas and number 28 in the nation in 3-5 singles. In 2019, he made it to the finals of the Texas State Championship, and in 2021, he won 3 matches at Nationals before losing in the quarterfinals in a third set tiebreaker to a 22-year-old. That puts Harry at the very, very top of the 3.5 level.
He is not an NTRP 3.5 player in my humble opinion.
No offense to the guy, but how can you say he is a 3.5 when he holding his racket halfway up the grip? The part that surprised me the most is he's a 3.5. So who's lying about their rating? Well, definitely not Harry. It's the thousands of players on local courts and YouTube comments who claim that they're 4.0 or 4.5 or even 5.0 simply because they think they look the part, because they swing hard or because they use a certain racket, but when it's time to post results, you get crickets. That's the lie. A lie that they tell themselves and everyone else around them. At the core of this problem is the gap between feel and real. If you've ever watched yourself play on video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In real time, in your own body, swings feel fast, footwork feels fluid and smooth, and the ball looks like a rocket coming off your strings. But then watching it back later, everything moves in slow motion. It feels like it can't possibly be you. Sadly, using video is not a normal part of tennis culture like it is in golf, so very, very few players have any self-awareness about what they actually look like, leading to them judging and criticizing others who are actually better than them in competition. The second big problem in tennis is how few players actually compete like Harry does. According to the USTA, 25.7 million people played tennis in the US last year, but only about 680,000 of them played in any kind of official USTA leagues. And globally, the UTR has just 800,000 rated players out of hundreds of millions who picked up a racket. That means well over 90% of tennis players have never received a verified rating. Just guesses or self-assessments, or worst of all, my coach says I'm a 4.0. But here's the thing. Your coach can evaluate your technical proficiency in a lesson environment, but anyone who's ever competed at tennis knows that the prettiest strokes do not win every match. That's because there are hundreds of other competitive variables like your quality of focus, fitness, score and tempo management, making good tactical adjustments, dealing with momentum swings, cheaters, gamesmanship, weather conditions, annoying opponent play styles, and so much more. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying that technique doesn't matter. Of course it does. It's a critical part of the game, and there's a point where poor technique will absolutely hold you back from reaching the next level. But for most of the players watching this video, it's not the immediate issue. The truth is, there's fruit hanging much lower, like decision making, consistency, court positioning, or how you manage pressure. Those things determine the outcome of matches just as much, if not more, than how technically clean your forehand looks on camera, which is what everybody likes to focus on. The bottom line is that the combination of poor self-awareness and lack of real competitive exposure breeds overconfidence, ignorance, and judgment in the tennis community. And it makes me so sad to experience it here on my own channel. That's why I'm making this video, to hopefully draw a little bit of awareness and clarity to this issue. I know it's not going to change any minds out there, but hopefully it can at least make a little bit of sense out of all the negativity floating around on the courts and in the comments sections. So how about you? Have you ever been misjudged, or have you misjudged someone else based on how they looked on the court? Drop your story down below. I'd love to hear about your experiences, and I'm sure the rest of the community here would love to hear about it too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.